So we have Christmas, the end of the year, the beginning of 2022, the first Mercury retrograde of 2022, and the energy of Capricorn season upon us. And I'm gonna make sure you all have all of the necessary info to make the most of these energetic openings. Hello, beautiful people. Yes, Capricorn season is here. So in this video, I'm gonna go over all you need to know and what you can expect from the next 4 weeks of Capricorn season when it comes to love and your life overall. You can watch this video from the perspective of your sun sign and your rising sign. If you wanna know why that is, I put a brief explanation in the description, so check that out. And all I ask in return is that you show a little bit of love by hitting that like button. It's really easy, it's free, and it doesn't take a lot of effort. Just a little tap, a baby tap. Okay, no more wasting time. Here is what you can expect during the 4 weeks of Capricorn season when it comes to love and your life overall. Let's go. Now, Capricorn season begins on December 21st when the sun enters Capricorn at 10:59 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it will stay in Capricorn until it shifts into Aquarius on January 19th at 9:39 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, here's the best way to make the most of this Capricorn energy. Capricorn is a cardinal sign, so the 4-week period of Capricorn season, which will also include the beginning of the new year, is all about initiating a new chapter for yourself. Taking a step back and looking at your journey so far and asking yourself, what are the seeds of intention that you wish to plant? That way you're clear on what you intend to manifest for 2022. You have the experience of 2021 behind you now, which gives you the info of what you want to leave in the past and what you want to continue to feed and grow in your life. So now is the time for new beginnings. Capricorn is all about a strong foundation, clarity of goals, hard work, consistency, and focus. So we can all use the power of this Capricorn season to implement these traits and make a difference in our own lives. Now, Venus will stay retrograde in Capricorn for the entirety of Capricorn season, which I covered in detail in the Sagittarius season prediction video. So check that out if you want a refresher. Also, the first Mercury retrograde of 2022 will be in Aquarius starting on January 14th, then going direct on February 3rd. And I'll make sure you know how to make the most of that energetic opening. And in addition to that, Jupiter, the planet of luck and good fortune, goes into Pisces on December 28th at 11:09 p.m. Now let's get into what all of this means in terms of love and your life overall based on your sign. Okay, my powerful Aries out there, when the sun shifts into Capricorn on December 21st, this will be in your 10th house. So Aries, this is that time of year where it is so important to look at your life and check in with yourself regarding what it is that you do for a living. This is a powerful, energetic opening to help you gain clarity on the impact that you want to have on the world professionally. And if you're not on the path that you feel like is bringing fulfillment, then 2022 may be the year that you finally make the necessary changes and take the necessary steps to manifest the job and the pay scale that you desire. If you've been thinking about starting your own business or starting your own YouTube channel or upping your social media game, this Capricorn season could be the energetic opening that you've been looking for. So go for it, Aries. The time is now and the planets have aligned in your favor, so be on the lookout for opportunities in this area of your life. Now, when Mercury goes retrograde in Aquarius on January 14th, this will be in your 11th house, which can mean a few things. If you're the type that spends much of the time socializing, then this retrograde phase could bring about circumstances that cause you to retreat a bit from the social scene, giving you some time to recalibrate and balance your social life with your professional life. Making sure that if there are dreams or desires that you intend to manifest, that you really take the time to harness the energy in order to make the actions that support your goals, as opposed to spending too much time just having fun and socializing. If you already have a good balance in your life of work and play, then this retrograde could set the stage for you to bump into an old friend or a group of old friends, which could be interesting, so prepare for that. This retrograde in the 11th house could also open your eyes to who your true friends are. There may be a conflict that arises over gossip, so make sure to get clarity before jumping to any conclusions. I know as an Aries, you are all about straightforward information, so if you hear something that bothers you, just make sure and go to the source. Find out the factual information before you allow your emotions to take any hearsay and run with it. Although this can all be seen as positive, one very positive thing is that the 11th house also relates to your dreams coming true. So this retrograde could bring about an opportunity that relates to a previous goal that you have set for yourself and that manifesting finally and coming to fruition. So keep your consciousness open to this possibility as well. Now on December 28th, Jupiter will be going into Pisces, which will be in your 12th house. So Aries, this is a fantastic transition for you. The 12th house Jupiter transit signifies endings, but in the best way possible. It shows potential fulfillment of something that you've been wanting for a long time, especially if it's something that relates to Jupiter, like prosperity or abundance or something relating to education. So this could mean if there is money you've been hoping for, it is definitely on its way, or if you've been looking to get a certification or finish a course of some sort, then this will have a favorable ending as well. So this is definitely something worth celebrating, Aries. And when it comes to love, Venus will still be retrograde in Capricorn, which is in your 10th house, and I went over the details of that in my last video, so I'll make sure to put a link in the description so that way you can get a refresher regarding the area of love and romance and how this Venus retrograde is influencing your love life. So overall, Aries, Capricorn season looks like an amazing time for you with some intense energetic openings which bring change, clarity, abundance, and excitement. So live it up, love it up, and happy Capricorn season, Aries. Okay, my loyal, lovable Tauruses out there. Now, when the sun shifts into Capricorn on December 21st, this will be in your 9th house. So get ready for the excitement, Taurus. This is gonna be a big 4-week period for you. Now, there will be some challenges, but let's choose to see these challenges as exciting because when you approach challenges from the right perspective, you can really shift the outcome. First, you will be getting a boost to your connection with your intuition. This is a great time to up your meditation game and really connect to that deeper part of who you are and really start trusting your instincts when it comes to not only your day-to-day life, but also when it comes to the big decisions that you'll be making in your life during this time and actually throughout 2022. This is also a fantastic 4-week period for travel, which will bring about many opportunities for forward movement. And even if you don't have any travel planned, keep your eye out for connections with people or a person from other cultures. Now, Mercury will go retrograde and we know what that does with travel. And I'll get to that a little later, but just make sure if you do travel, because it's going to be good for you during this time, that you make sure and just go over all the details. And as a Taurus, you're super organized and you usually do that anyway, but just throw a little extra spice on it this time around. This will also be a great time to begin any sort of higher education. This is a time for forward movement and expansion, Taurus. You tend to find something that works for you and then stick to it, which can be a beautiful thing. Consistency is definitely one of the traits I really appreciate about you the most, but it is also important to keep yourself open to new information and allow that information to inspire necessary change. And this is the time for opening those energetic channels and making some changes. Now, like I said, Mercury will be going retrograde in Aquarius on January 14th, and this will be in your 10th house. So this is gonna bring some serious energy to your job, Taurus. Now, this could mean either a promotion or even a job loss. Either way, it indicates a change in status regarding your job. You also may find that there are some frustrations at work regarding miscommunication. So remember, Taurus, you pride yourself on doing your best to do the right thing. So if any frustrations arise, just remember to communicate from a place of resolution, not a place of placing blame. Even if you determine who is to blame or who's at fault, this isn't really a connecting action, and in the end it can end up making you look bad. It's more about finding solutions to a problem and putting the protocol into place moving forward that will help you and your team avoid any future drama. If you're looking for work, Mercury retrograde isn't really a time for starting a new job, but it is a great time for reapplying for a job that you may have wanted in the past that you didn't get. If you want to try and avoid this retrograde altogether, Mercury will go direct on February 3rd, so it could be vacation time for you. Now, Jupiter will be shifting into Pisces on December 28th, which will be in your 11th house, which is amazing for you, Taurus. When Jupiter is transit your 11th house, it is a fantastic time for financial abundance. So expect some money to be coming your way, and who doesn't love money? And Jupiter will be in Pisces all through Capricorn season and actually until the end of May of 2022, which is great. This transit also indicates a promotion at work, so hopefully this can help to influence that Mercury retrograde situation and bring you out on the positive side of that scenario. Now, when it comes to love, Venus will still be retrograde in Capricorn, which is in your 9th house, and I went over the details of that in my previous predictions video, the Sagittarius season 1, so I'll make sure to put a link to that in the description so you can check that out and get a refresher regarding the area of love and romance and how this retrograde is influencing your life. So overall, Taurus, this is looking like Capricorn season is going to be an amazing time for you, so live it up, love it up, and happy Capricorn season, Taurus. Okay, my intelligent, fun-loving Geminis out there. When the sun shifts into Capricorn on December 21st, for you this will be in your 8th house. And Gemini, This is really going to work to your advantage, and let me tell you why. The 8th house transit is all about change and transformation, and during Capricorn season, we all have that whole entire New Year's resolution situation. Well, you are really lucky and the only sign out of the 12 signs of the zodiac to have the sun's energy, which is extremely powerful, supporting you to this degree in terms of whatever you set your mind to. Regarding big changes in your life, the sun's 8th house transit is amplifying your ability to make that change. So whether it be a habit that you want to overcome, or a toxic relationship that you want out of, or toxic people in your life that you want to move on from, or even just something like eating healthier, this 4-week period of Capricorn season is really urging you and assisting you on your journey to success and achieving these goals. Just know that establishing these goals is something that is very important. Your soul is urging you to make a change, and with these changes and releasing any negativity from your life, you will be rewarded with the new space to attract new, more positive energy into your life. You may also have the need to spend a little more time on your own because some repressed feelings may surface during this time. Just keep in mind, it is all with the intention to assist you in the healing process and the releasing process. Now, when Mercury goes retrograde on January 14th in Aquarius, this will be in your 9th house, which is so interesting because this goes hand in hand with that 8th house transit. And this is because a Mercury retrograde 9th house transit is all about questioning your belief systems and seeing how what you believe truly does create your reality. So the Mercury retrograde phase will be best spent examining your belief systems, learning new information, and then implementing that new information that resonates with you into your life to begin to step into a new reality for yourself, Gemini. This will also be a great time to go back and finish any project that you may have begun in the past, but that you didn't get time to finish. You may also have the urge to travel in terms of revisiting one of your favorite places, but remember that traveling isn't really the best thing to do during a retrograde phase, so maybe instead of actually traveling, since you know this is an important time for examining your belief systems and even examining where you are in terms of your faith, maybe instead of actually traveling, you can decide to focus on studying new philosophies and ideas, which will assist you in answering the big questions about life. These answers will help you to gain clarity on next steps in terms of what you really intend to manifest for 2022. Now, Jupiter will be entering Pisces on December 28th, and this will be in your 10th house, which means that when it comes to your world of work, this is going to be a fantastic transit for you, Gemini. Jupiter transit the 10th house influences not only success at work, but it also amplifies your ability to attract financial abundance. So if you're looking for work in 2022, it looks like it's starting off with some powerful energetic support in terms of helping you find your dream job, or if you're already working, this may mean a raise or a promotion or both. Also, Jupiter transit the 10th house brings peace to a marriage if you are married, and if you're not married, just to the family dynamic overall. So as you know, Jupiter is the planet of luck, so expect luck in all of these areas, Gemini. Now, when it comes to love, Venus will still be retrograde in Capricorn, which is in your 8th house, and I went over the details of that in my last predictions video, the Sagittarius season predictions video, so I'll make sure and put a link to that video in this description so you can check that out and get a refresher regarding the area of love and romance and how this retrograde is influencing your life. So Capricorn season and the beginning of 2022 is looking like an intense, transformative, and majorly positive time for you, Gemini. So live it up, love it up, and happy Capricorn season, Gemini. Hello, my loving, protective Cancers out there. When the sun shifts into Capricorn for you, this will be in your 7th house. So the focus is relationships, Cancer. Now, I know you're ambitious and you have goals to set and things to accomplish, but being a Cancer also means that relationships in your life play a huge role in your progress. This is because when your relationships are going good and you feel supported and loved, you are unstoppable. And as much as the next point can be frustrating, it is true, and accepting it and making the necessary adjustments accordingly is going to be the perfect way to make the most of this next chapter for you. And that point is, when your relationships are not going well, not only does it change your overall vibration, but they can also serve as a major distraction for you from taking care of yourself and doing the things that you need to be doing in order to ensure your success when it comes to achieving your goals. So this 7th house transit is the perfect time for you to get clear, Cancers, on the relationships that are in your life that you know are balanced and enrich your life. This way you can take them into 2022 and this next chapter for you you, and those relationships that you know are causing you pain or frustration or that serve as a distraction, you can either resolve the issues if resolution is possible, or you can make a commitment to yourself to give those relationships less energy so they no longer bring you down. You have the power of choice, Cancers, when it comes to where you put your focus. We cannot control other people, which I'm sure you are all well aware of. So resolution is not always possible, but you definitely have the power to make the decision that you will no longer let certain people or relationships, either past or present, play a negative role in your life by just simply saying once and for all that you will not give those relationships any more of your energy. Now, when Mercury goes retrograde on January 14th in Aquarius, this will be in your 8th house, which also does influence your relationships because the 8th house is the house of shared resources. So if you're in a relationship, your financial situation may need some attention, meaning the two of you may need to discuss how finances are handled. This is the topic that I've seen cause major problems and even can lead to breakups. So it's important to get on the same page when it comes to money, and this retrograde phase transiting the 8th house is just the time to deal with this and have it end in resolution. If you're single, this retrograde transiting your 8th house is just letting you know that it's best to wait in terms of getting a loan of any sort or making any big financial decisions until the end of the retrograde phase. Also, whether you're in a relationship or not, this 8th house transit could mean some secrets from the past coming to light, giving you the opportunity to release the heaviness of whatever you may have been carrying around relative to whatever that secret is. Now remember, we are only as sick as our secrets. So as painful as it is sometimes, the truth will always set you free. You want to release as much as possible before 2022, or even at the beginning of 2022 if that's when you're watching this, so that way you make space for the things that you want to manifest in your life. Not only when it comes to love, but when it comes to your life overall. Now, when it comes to what you have to look forward to in terms of good luck, Jupiter will be shifting into Pisces on December 28th, which will be in your 9th house. Now, the great thing about this is that it's an overall very lucky energy for you Cancers out there. But more specifically, it will bring wealth your way. Expect some new projects to come your way that will pay off in the future, and expect a new surge when it comes to your connection with spirituality and faith. Much of the time, as a Cancer, getting things done has so much to do with how you feel. Do you feel like doing it or do you not feel like doing it? So the good news regarding the 9th house Jupiter transit is that you will get an overall boost to your physical energy and your mental energy, so you won't have as much of a hard time getting motivated and staying motivated. Now, when it comes to love, Venus will still be retrograde in Capricorn, which is in your 7th house, and I went over the details of that in my last predictions video, the Sagittarius predictions video, so I'll make sure to put a link to that in the description box so you can check that out and get a refresher regarding that area of love and romance and how this retrograde is influencing your life. But remember, the sun will also be transit your 7th house, so Capricorn season is a very positive time for you when it comes to love, allowing you to get that area in your life in the flow where it serves as a support for you and that beautiful heart of yours, Cancer. And also, Cancers, just know during Capricorn season, it diminishes a bit of your Cancer energy because it's the exact opposite sign. So the rest of your chart will be taking over a bit. So let's say you're a Cancer with Libra moon and Virgo rising. During the 4 weeks of Capricorn season, you will be feeling most of the energy of your Libra moon and Virgo rising. So if you're not feeling like yourself, don't freak out. Just make sure you know the actions that you can take that recalibrate you and rebalance you as much as possible. Usually as a Cancer, it's going to be things like listening to the music that's uplifting to you, or accessing something from the world of creativity and art that really brings a surge of positive emotion for you. You know yourself, you know what makes you feel good. So on those days where you're not feeling quite like yourself, don't give into that energy. Decide for yourself, I'm going to shift this by accessing the tools that I know that bring out the most positive balance of who you are. So live it up, love it up, and happy Capricorn season. Okay, Leos, my superstars of the zodiac. When the sun shifts into Capricorn on December 21st, this will be in your 6th house. So the main area of life affected by this 6th house transit will be your health and your professional world, Leos. When it comes to your health, this is that time of year where it is important to take a step back and assess the areas of your life regarding health that need to be addressed, and then begin to make the necessary adjustments. Now, it is important to make these adjustments, otherwise you may find that you start to have health issues, so use this as an opportunity to get ahead of any of those issues. Now, when it comes to work, more than likely you will be getting more assignments that involve paying attention to details or that involve tedious work. But the part of you that is a great organizer will be very useful during this time, so you should expect to thrive and maybe even receive a promotion of some sort or a raise. Now, when Mercury goes retrograde on January 14th in Aquarius, this will be in your 7th house, Leos. So here's the thing, Leos. We know that the 7th house is all about relationships and Mercury is the planet of communication. So there may be be some issues that arise within your relationships regarding misunderstandings or miscommunications. Now, what I've seen from most of my couples over the years is that most communication issues that come up are based on what is not said, meaning in a relationship, a lot of the time there are understood or unspoken rules, things that you expect the other person to know, or things that you just expect them to figure out based on common sense and just understanding each other. Well, the best way to make sure that no issues arise during this time is to make sure nothing goes unsaid if you want it known, especially regarding the rules of the relationship. Even something as small as whose job it is to take the trash out if you live together. If there's anything that you know could be an issue, make sure to just clearly and specifically communicate your desires before you get angry that the rules aren't being followed. That way you know that miscommunication will not be the culprit. Now, if you let them know and they still aren't doing what you're requesting, well, yes, you have a problem. And then you just have to handle that accordingly. But at least you will be making your decisions based on facts, not speculations that they just don't care or they're too immature or they're not ready for a relationship. If you're single, this retrograde may bring an ex back into your life, and only in the way to resolve any unresolved issues. So although it may be annoying, exes can be annoying, at least in the end it will be a good thing. Now, Jupiter will be shifting into Pisces on December 28th, and this will be in your 8th house. And you know that Jupiter is the planet of good luck, education, and abundance. So one thing that is exciting is that this will increase your psychic connection. And although you already know that you should always trust your intuition and instincts, just know that this Jupiter transit is really deepening that connection. So it's really time to trust them more than ever. This transit is also favorable if you have any business or financial dealings that are somehow related to a relationship. So although Mercury will be retrograde for part of this transit, you do have good prospects if you're going into any sort of negotiations during this time. Maybe just schedule the finalizing or signing of any papers either before January 14th or after February 4th. It's also good to know that if you've had any challenging issues that have caused psychological or emotional stress, this Jupiter in Pisces transit will definitely assist in the healing process. Now, when it comes to love, Venus will still be retrograde in Capricorn, which is in your 6th house, and I went over the details of that in my last predictions video, the Sagittarius predictions video. So I will make sure and put a link to that in the description so you can check that out and get a refresher regarding the area of love and romance and how that retrograde is influencing your life. So overall, Leos, this looks like a great start to 2022 for you, bringing on opportunities to heal physically, mentally, spiritually, and emotionally with some energetic boost to business dealings and your intuitive powers. So live it up, love it up, and happy Capricorn season, Leos. Okay, my consistent, seriously hardworking, lovable Virgos out there. When the sun shifts into Capricorn for you, this will be in your 5th house. So finally, Virgos, the time has come for you to truly have some fun. As a Virgo, you tend to take life very seriously, which is a great thing. I love that about you guys. And you put your all into everything you do. However, everyone needs a break sometimes, Virgo, and the 5th house transit is all about that balance of life, the work hard, play hard theme. Well, this is the play hard portion. As a side note, the 5th house also brings an energetic boost to relationships with children. So if you have kids, this will also be a bit of a vacation from any parental stress, because during the 4 weeks of Capricorn season, you will have a very pleasant dynamic between you and your kids. So it's very important, Virgo, for you to fill up your social calendar, go out, have fun, connect with people, and even revisit some of the hobbies that you have, but that you haven't been able to experience due to a heavy work schedule. Now, during this Capricorn season, Mercury will be going retrograde on January 14th in Aquarius, which will be in your 6th house. So here's what you need to know about that to make sure that the 5th house sun transit and the fun that you're meant to be having during this sun transit doesn't get thrown off course. So the 6th house Mercury retrograde is all about reworking your routines relative to your professional world. So this actually is right up your alley, Virgos. Most people would cringe at the idea of reorganizing their workspace or their calendar or their action plan or really reorganizing anything. But for you, Virgos, this can be a pleasant, even therapeutic activity, and this is exactly what Mercury retrograde is urging you to do. The one thing that may be challenging for you during this retrograde is the 6th house's tendency to throw your schedule off a bit. So you'll have to dig deep, take a deep breath, access that mutable energy adaptability of yours, and go with the flow as much as possible. Remember, this is all still happening during the sun's 5th house transit, so enjoying life is still the theme. Now, when it comes to health, if anything comes up during this time, it will be important to get a second opinion or even a third opinion, as misdiagnosis diagnosis can show up often during retrogrades. Now, obviously, I am not a doctor, so this is not medical advice. I'm just sharing the many ways that our friend Mercury and its retrograde phase can influence our lives. Now, Jupiter will be shifting into Pisces on December 28th, which will be in your 7th house, and Jupiter is the planet of abundance, good luck, and education. So this transit will have a very powerful and positive influence on your world of relationships. So this could mean anything from meeting someone new romantically to meeting someone very influential in business that can help take your career to the next level. I mean, this could also mean that if you're married and trying to have kids, that you may manifest this blessing finally. And this is also an overall positive transit for money, which all of us earth signs love. So Jupiter transit Pisces is bringing an amazingly positive energy for you, Virgo. Now, speaking of relationships, when it comes to love, Venus will be retrograde in Capricorn, which is in your 5th house. And I went over all the details of that in my last predictions video, the predictions video for Sagittarius season. So I'll make sure and put the link to that in the description so you can check that out and get a refresher regarding that area of love and romance and how this retrograde is influencing your life. So Virgos, Capricorn season and the beginning of 2022 is looking very, very promising for you. So live it up, love it up, and happy Capricorn season, Virgos. Okay, my diplomatic, intelligent, beautiful Libras out there. When the sun shifts into Capricorn on December 21st, this will be in your 4th house. So the start of the year will be a time to retreat and recharge, Libras. 2021 was an intense year for you with emotional ups and downs, and this Capricorn season is bringing the opportunity for you to take a step back from the intensity of life and rest a bit so you can recalibrate, restructure your thoughts, and emerge on the other side with energy, optimism, and clear intentions on what you plan to manifest for 2022. Now, the 4th house influences your home space, both physical and spiritual. So while you're relaxing during this time, you may get the urge to redecorate or renovate your home. Or maybe you've been thinking of moving for a while and you're finally ready to do so. Well, just know that this sun's transit is supporting that decision. The 4th house also relates to family. So during this 4-week period of Capricorn season, you may find yourself spending more time with your family and having the opportunity to heal some of the relationships there that may have broken down a bit over 2021. Now, Mercury will be going retrograde on January 14th in Aquarius, which will be in your 5th house. So if you do decide to move or have an intense sit-down conversation with someone in your family with the intention to resolve an issue, you may want to do so before January 14th or after February 4th when Mercury goes direct. A 5th house Mercury retrograde transit will diminish your creative energy and confidence a bit, so don't freak out if you find yourself not feeling like yourself during this time. Just embrace the opportunity to take that step back and hit the reset button. First, bring awareness to what your self-talk is. What are your thoughts, and are they supportive of advancement or are they rooted in self-sabotage? Make sure you aren't slipping into the what if game or comparing yourself to other people. Remember, your soul is on its own journey and your thoughts create your reality. So if you find that you've slipped into a thinking pattern that you know is not in your soul's best interest and leads to either sadness or fear or worry, then don't be hard on yourself. Just let those thoughts pass you by like clouds in the sky and refocus. This is the perfect time to get in the habit of embracing your power of choice. You choose where your focus goes. And we have all heard that phrase, where your focus goes, your energy flows. So use this as an opportunity to strengthen that muscle of refocusing and being aware that you are in control of where you put your energy. Do this, and this Mercury retrograde will be a fantastic start of 2022 for you because you will come out on the other side of it stronger than ever and ready to optimize your manifesting power. Now, Jupiter will be shifting into Pisces on December 28th, which will be in your 6th house. And Jupiter is a planet of good luck, abundance, and education. So this is fantastic for you Libras out there, and here's why. Much of the time, it can be a challenge for you to get motivated. Libra is a very empathic sign, and you can feel drained at times based on experiences of the day or just the energy around you. Well, Jupiter transit your 6th house will bring a boost to your motivation and drive. You will be feeling a renewed sense of purpose, and as a Libra, when you're clear on your purpose, the motivation, excitement, and optimism follows. So this Jupiter transit will be a fantastic energy for you Libras, and it remains in the 6th house until May 10th. So once you take that time during Capricorn season to recharge with that Sun's 4th house transit and with clarity and resolution from Mercury retrograde's 5th house transit, you will be ready to hit the ground running and make some major headway with the force of Jupiter's 6th house transit supporting you. Now, when it comes to love, Venus will still be retrograde in Capricorn, which is in your 4th house, and I went over the details of that in my my last predictions video, the Sagittarius season predictions video. So I will make sure and put a link to that in the description so you can check that out and get a refresher regarding that area of love and romance and how that retrograde is influencing your life. So the 4 weeks of Capricorn season look like the perfect formula for you Libras out there to get a fresh start with 2022 with some very exciting possibilities ahead. So live it up, love it up, and happy Capricorn season, Libras. Okay, my powerful, intense, confident Scorpios out there. When the sun shifts into Capricorn, for you, this will be in your 3rd house. Now, this 3rd house transit is going to bring a surge of energy to your communication game, meaning this is going to be a great time for networking and for clarity on who the people are in your inner circle, both professionally and personally, that you trust and you feel good about taking on the journey of this next chapter with you. As a Scorpio, you're very ambitious and you're very independent and capable, but no one reaches success alone. We all need support and a team of people that bring out our best and that pick up the slack in areas where you may not be as strong. So this Capricorn season and the 3rd house transit are urging you to really take a look at these people in your life and make some important choices in terms of who stays and who goes. This will be a busy time for you setting the foundation for 2022 and what you intend to manifest. The 3rd house transit also relates to siblings, extended family, and neighbors. So if you have any issues in these areas, be ready to deal with them and get resolution during this Capricorn season. Now, Mercury will be going retrograde on January 14th in Aquarius, which will be in your 4th house. And this is the house of home, relating to both your physical and your spiritual home. So this retrograde phase is urging you to look at this area of your life and make any necessary adjustments now at the start of the year, so this way you have a strong foundation going into 2022. Home is where we recharge. It's where we find our sense of safety and support. So if you're unhappy with your home situation, or if you find yourself bouncing around in life without really having a place to call home, now's the time to get clear on what steps you need to take in order to establish that strong foundation for yourself. Now, your spiritual home is just as important as your physical home. So it's necessary to take stock on what is going on internally and make the adjustments in this area. So that way it's supplying the power and support necessary for you to be your best confident self in 2022. This may mean that you need to up your meditation game or find a spiritual center or a church. Whatever you know serves this part of your life for you, now's the time to deepen that relationship, because this will for sure be in your soul's best interest. It is also important during this retrograde phase to make peace with your past. So whatever this means for you, whether it's facing situations with your family or your upbringing and resolving those issues, or just bringing awareness to the thought patterns that you have maybe based in childhood trauma, so you can release and resolve that energy and come out on the other side of this retrograde renewed and stronger than ever. Jupiter is the planet of good luck, abundance, and education, and it will be shifting into Pisces on December 28th, which will be in your 5th house, which is a fantastic transit for you when it comes to luck and good fortune, Scorpios. If any of you Scorpios out there are involved in the arts, then this will boost your success and how the public receives you and your creative energy. Your confidence and your health will also get a boost, which is fantastic. And if any of you out there are trying to have children, this is a positive transit for that to manifest. It is also an excellent time to be in a new relationship if you're looking for love. And if you're already in a relationship, it's the perfect energetic opening to deepen the authentic connection between you and your partner. Also, speaking of love, Venus will still be retrograde in Capricorn, which is in your 3rd house. And I went over the details of that in my last predictions video, the Sagittarius season predictions video. So I will make sure and put a link to that in the description so you can check that out and get a refresher regarding that area of love and romance and how that retrograde is influencing your life. So overall, Scorpios, this Capricorn season looks like the opportunity to start this next chapter of 2022 off with clarity, strength, resolution, and optimism. So live it up, love it up, and happy Capricorn season, Scorpios. Okay, my life of the party, Sagittarius out there. When the sun shifts into Capricorn, for you, this will be in your 2nd house, which means money, money, money. And no better way to start off 2022 than with a nice flow of abundance coming your way. Now, the 2nd house is all about material possessions. So this means this Capricorn season will be all about paying off debts, budgeting your money, and creating a strong financial foundation for yourself moving forward. And there is no better time to take this sort of action than in the beginning of the year. It is important to bring awareness awareness to the fact that as a Sagittarius, you are great at attracting wealth to you, but you are also great at spending money. Unless, of course, your moon is an earth sign. But all of you other Sagittarians need to make sure that you're making smart decisions with the money that you'll be making during this time. This could be a great time for investing, Sagittarius. Now, the second house deals with your personal value as well. So this is also the perfect energy to do some inner work and bring awareness to the areas of your personal life that you want to transform and start putting your plan into action. Now, on January 14th, Mercury will be going retrograde in Aquarius, which will be in your third house. And the third house is the house of communication. And Mercury is the planet of communication. So this Mercury retrograde has the potential to really stir things up for you. But as long as you're prepared and you make sure that clarity is in your interactions, you should come out on the other side of this flourishing. Double check all things technological when it comes to any sort of correspondences. If you find that you've reached out to someone and they haven't gotten back to you, make sure to follow up to see if they received your initial email. Also, when it comes to travel, make sure you double and triple check all of the details. And when you're out driving on the road, be extra careful not to violate any traffic laws because the energy is strong during a Mercury retrograde transit for you to possibly get a ticket or find yourself in a frustrating situation. So get ahead of that energy by being extra careful. Now, when it comes to good luck, which you naturally have in your chart, being the Sagittarius that you are, Jupiter, the planet of good luck, will be shifting into Pisces on December 28th, which will be in your fourth house. Now, this is a fantastic transit regarding positive energy for your home and family, Sagittarius. If you've had any issue with any family members, this Jupiter transit will assist you with resolution. If you've been wanting to move, this is a great transit to do so. This transit could also mean some sort of financial benefit regarding your home. So Jupiter looks like it's bringing a harmonious energy to your overall home and spiritual foundation, which is also a great way to start 2022. Now, when it comes to love, Venus will still be retrograde in your second house, which I covered in detail in the Sagittarius season predictions video. So I'll put a link to that in the description so you can go back and check that out to get a refresher and find out how that Venus retrograde will continue to influence your love life. So overall, Sagittarius, it looks like Capricorn season will be a great start to the new year for you, especially when it comes to finances. With some exciting energy from Mercury retrograde to stir things up and Jupiter bringing resolution and a peaceful foundation to your home life. So live it up, love it up, and happy Capricorn season, Sagittarius. Okay, my diligent, goal-setting, goal-reaching, amazing Capricorns out there. It is finally here, our season. And I want to wish all of you Capricorns out there fulfillment, deep, true, authentic relationships, abundance, good times, and most of all, love. So happy birthday, Capricorns. Now, when the sun shifts into Capricorn on December 21st, this will be in your first house, the house of self. So this is the time of year, Capricorns, where you are reborn with a renewed sense of self-confidence. This is where you can truly shed any negativity from the past year and make space to manifest what you truly desire. This transit really supports success, so it is important for you to have a clear and specific vision for yourself, Capricorns. Now, it is a great time to change your look if that's something that you've been considering. Basically, it's the energetic opening for you to step into the new, transformed version of yourself based on all of the lessons that you've learned in the last year and even all of the lessons that you've learned in your life up until this point. Now, when Mercury goes retrograde on January 14th in Aquarius, this will be in your second house, which is the house of money and material possessions. So this could mean that either some unexpected money may be coming your way, so let's hope that's what it means, or it could also mean that some money that you're owed may be delayed. So it is important to have some money put to the side just in case a delay in payments owed to you is how this plays out. This way it won't cause you any issues. You know, as Capricorns, we always love to be prepared, and this is the perfect transit to just make sure that your financial foundation is strong. Making a detailed budget for the year, being clear on debt, and either setting a clear plan for how you want to handle that debt so you can make sure you start off the year with a specific plan of action grounded in optimism and clarity in terms of what you do want for 2022. Now, when it comes to luck and good fortune, the planet of luck and education, Jupiter, will be shifting into Pisces on December 28th, which is in your third house, and this is a fantastic transit for you Capricorns in terms of starting your year off right. Be on the lookout for an opportunity that comes your way regarding training of some sort that could be beneficial in making your dreams come true this year. And this isn't the only opportunity coming your way. You are usually the one looking out for everyone else. But this Jupiter transit is really opening the energetic channels for family and friends and even business partners that are in your inner circle to start to play a much more positive role in supporting you and taking actions that will help you to reach your goals. I know travel is still a little crazy, but if the opportunity comes up for you to travel, take it. Travel with this third house Jupiter transit promises to bring about some fantastic circumstances, not only for exciting, enriching experiences, but also for more abundance. I know Capricorns, we get so sick of everyone talking to us about money and thinking that that is all that we care about. But this first house Sun transit, second house Mercury transit, and third house Jupiter transit are working together to take us to the next level when it comes to success. So let's just embrace it. Get into that flow and ride the wave of abundance to financial freedom. Now, when it comes to love, Venus will still be retrograde in our sign Capricorn, and I went into detail of what that means in my last predictions video, the Sagittarius season video, and I will put a link to that in the description box so that way you can watch that and get a quick reminder of how that transit is affecting your love life. So overall, Capricorns, this is our time. It's our chance to make major moves, advancement, and reap the benefits of all this supportive energy. So live it up, love it up, and happy birthday. Have an amazing Capricorn season. Okay, my one-of-a-kind, intelligent, lovable Aquarians out there. Now, when the sun shifts into Capricorn on December 21st, this will be in your 12th house. So Aquarius, if you don't really feel the wind at your back, or like you can hit the ground running right when we shift into 2022 on January 1st, then don't be alarmed. This 12th house transit is really preparation time for you. Preparation for your season, which will begin on January 19th. So this 4 weeks of Capricorn season is much more about retreating a bit, actually, and facing anything that needs to be faced and releasing anything that needs to be released. So this way you can for sure begin your season with a fresh start and space to attract and manifest the abundance that you desire and any other goals you may have set for yourself. So if you find that certain emotions are coming up during this Capricorn season, or certain relationships come under scrutiny during this time, then just embrace the energy. Embrace all of it, because it's all in your soul's best interest, giving you the opportunity for clarity and to spiritually clean house. This is actually very appropriate because you naturally do things on your own time and you're not a follower. So just because everybody else has set January 1st as their new year, new me date, you actually will have more time to be preparing and taking that time and allowing any experiences or revelations to inform you of what your next steps should be. Now, when Mercury goes retrograde on January 14th in Aquarius, this will be in your first house. A first house Mercury retrograde transit will actually assist you in gaining clarity on who you are now at this point in your life and how you intend on transforming whatever it is that you desire to transform for 2022. This is the time to really ask yourself, are you happy with who you are and where you are in life? Not to be hard on yourself, but to utilize the energetic opening to receive answers to those questions that will really inspire you to take action moving forward, knowing exactly what you intend to create and why. If you embrace this energy and opportunity, you will come out on the other side of this retrograde with a restored sense of confidence and certainty. Now, when it comes to good luck, the planet of good luck and education, Jupiter, will be shifting into Pisces on December 28th, which will be in your second house. So in the midst of your 12th house Sun transit, you will be getting some financial support from the universe, so that's a good thing. The second house Jupiter transit brings a wave of financial abundance and also brings clarity to this area of your life. So this actually goes in alignment with the 12th house Sun transit, because the energy of this Jupiter transit supports setting financial goals and being specific and clear on the steps that you need to take to achieve them. As an Aquarius, you are much more driven by the freedom that wealth can bring as opposed to the material possessions, but making a clear financial plan for yourself will also help you in terms of stepping into the 2022 version of you and get you all set for when your season comes around. Now, when it comes to love, Venus will still be retrograde in Capricorn, which is in your 12th house, which I covered in detail in the Sagittarius season prediction video. So I'll put that link in the description so you can go back and check that out to get a refresher and find out how that Venus retrograde will continue to influence your love life. So it looks like Capricorn season will be an intense but rewarding time for you, Aquarius. So live it up, love it up, and happy Capricorn season. Okay, my intuitive, compassionate, fun-loving Pisces out there. When the sun shifts into Capricorn on December 21st, this will be in your 11th house. So Pisces, this is an excellent transit to begin the year. The 11th house is the house of friends and aspirations. So this Capricorn season for you is bringing the energetic opening to break away from any mundane routines and break out into the world, expanding your social circle, connecting with different types of people, all while getting clear on your goals for 2022 and having a major boost to your manifesting power. So Pisces, you'll be starting 2022 off in your very powerful place. Your creativity will also get a boost, which always helps to motivate you. Now, because the end of the year is packed with holiday parties and social functions, going to these events will be the perfect opportunity for you to connect in a new way with new people, potentially meeting the right people that can assist you in making your dreams a reality. Now, on January 14th, Mercury will go retrograde in Aquarius, which will be in your 12th house. Now, this energy will work against that powerful energy of the sun because the Sun transit is urging you to get out, have fun, meet people, expand socially, where this Mercury retrograde transiting the 12th house will bring a need to retreat and go inward. So if you're feeling in the flow at the start of Capricorn season, and then when January 14th rolls around, you begin to feel the need for some alone time, just embrace it. Know that there is nothing wrong, and it is just an opportunity to recharge, to quiet your mind, to sit in a nice peaceful environment so you can have some time to yourself where your inner voice can bring some necessary answers. It will be very beneficial to keep a dream journal during this retrograde phase because you may have some deep-rooted info that will come to you through your dreams that will help inform you on what steps to take moving forward in 2022. So use this retrograde phase as an opportunity for meditation and clarity, all while balancing that energy with the sun's 11th house transit. So you may be going from one energetic extreme to another, but just go with the flow and you will get out on the other side feeling renewed and optimistic about 2022. Jupiter, the planet of good luck and education, will be shifting into Pisces on December 28th, which is in your first house. So when it comes to luck being on your side for 2022, you are in the perfect situation, Pisces. First house Jupiter transit brings good fortune and an overall optimistic energy. So you will be starting off the year confident and ready to manifest your desires. With the energetic openings, astrologically, that will assist you. So the sun in the 11th, Jupiter in the 1st, and Mercury retrograde in the 12th house is a great balance for you to thrive mentally, physically, and spiritually. Now, when it comes to love, Venus will still be retrograde in Capricorn, which is in your 11th house, which I covered in detail in the Sagittarius season predictions video. So I will put a link to that in the description so you can go back, check that out to get a refresher and find out how this Venus retrograde will continue to influence your love life. So Pisces, it looks like the 4 weeks of Capricorn season will be a great start to 2022. So live it up, love it up, and happy Capricorn season, Pisces. So there you have it, what to expect when it comes to love and your life overall for this Capricorn season. Remember, the theme is seed planting and clarity of intention. So let's stay focused on making the choices that lead to the actions that support your truth and will assist you in manifesting the things that you desire and definitely deserve. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so. Make sure to let me know your thoughts in the comment section. I hope you all have a Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year, or just happy holidays, whatever you're celebrating. Have fun at holiday parties. Be safe. Thanks so much for taking the time to come and hang out with me. I'm looking forward to the year ahead with you. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next video.